The 2022 awards presentation for the Scholastic Press Corps is about to begin. So welcome and hello to the 2022 awards presentation for the Kansas State Fair's Scholastic Press Corps. I'm the SPC coordinator, Todd Votes, and I am honored to facilitate this competition. And it's because it's so valuable to the students and it provides such a unique experience for them that isn't just keeping them stuck in a classroom. I love it, and I hope you and your students do too. As a way to increase excitement about this contest, I am trying to revive the idea of the awards ceremony, which is what this video is. See, years ago, the SPC held a banquet after the fair during which they announced the winners, and they fed good food. They stopped doing it, though, at one point, and then the awards announcement lost some of its thrill. It just became an email that got sent out or something of that nature. So through this pre-recorded video, though it's not the same as an in-person banquet, I do hope it makes the announcement a little more special. So I hope you enjoy. And before we get all the way into that, before I get to the awards, I did want to share some interesting statistics from the 2022 edition of the SPC. First off, we had 28 different schools that participated. I thought that was that's an interesting and a good number. And these schools are coming from across the state. And I think that's even more important, that so many different students from so many different places are having the opportunity to come to the fair and experience what the SPC has to offer. From those 28 schools, we had 175 different students participate. That's an approximation. I did my best to count, but even if I'm off by a few, that's a good number. That's a large number of students who got to come and experience something they wouldn't get to experience otherwise. Maybe some of those students wouldn't even have got to come to the fair at all this year if it weren't for this competition. So I just thought that was an important number to highlight. Also, from those 28 schools, those 175 students, that turned into 37 individual teams that competed this year. And I'm proud of that number. This year we did have the opportunity to use a new space. And one of the benefits of that was that it allowed for more spaces to be available to students each day. So whereas in the past, we might have been able to accommodate 7, 8, 9 teams, this year, we were at the point where we could have had 10 teams per day, which that would have been 50, obviously, and we were a little short of that, but I still think that's a good number, and it shows that there is interest in the program, and I hope it continues to grow. Now, of those 37 teams, 21 of them were print teams doing the newsletter portion of the competition. And there were 16 video teams in total that came through and participated in the fair and the SPC in that manner. From both those teams, we had a total of 35 entries between print and video that were submitted and that got sent out to judges, and that showcased the great work that student journalists can do in this state and that they are doing on a daily basis, because obviously they couldn't just show up having never done anything and produce the kind of content they did. And they wouldn't be, this wouldn't be hopefully the only time they get to do it, right? So they're probably going out and going back to your schools, and they're getting to do the same thing, which I think is awesome. And I hope if there's any way I can ever help facilitate, and support that, I would love to know, because it's great. There's a lot of good work happening, and a lot of it was showcased here at the SPC. And speaking of which, now the reason you're all watching this and probably tired of listening to me prattle on about things is you're here for the awards. So before I dive in, though, I need to say something, especially to all you video producers out there. Don't judge me here, okay? I'm using what I have available. I don't do a lot of video work, And when I do, it's not very frequently. Obviously, I'm using the Zoom functionality here to record myself. It's the most accessible thing I have at the moment. So please don't judge me. Hopefully, you still enjoy what I've produced here. And the important thing is, as long as you know the results, everything's kosher, right? So, all right, now on with the show. First off, we have the print newsletter contest winners, complete with some examples of the work. Okay. So first off, we have the results for the best headlines category. And that award goes to Oxford High School. They win the award for best headlines. Next, we have best photography. That award goes to Chase County High School. Next, we have the best use of graphics. That award goes to St. Francis Community High School. Then we have the best design category. That goes to Derby High School. Now we're going to hear about the best agriculture story, which was one of the assigned stories the print teams had to cover and incorporate into their newsletter. And this award goes to Salina South High School. Then we had the best lead story, which was the Pick a Topic story. That was the lead story that was required. And the winner of this category goes to Wabaunsee High School. Now we're going to get into the overall categories. So the entire product judged as a whole. And in fourth place, we had Inman High School. In third place, Salina South High School. The reserve champion, the reserve grand champion, or second place, goes to Wichita North High School. And the grand champion rosette, the first place winner. Go ahead and give me a drum roll. I'll wait. The award goes to Wabaunsee High School. Congratulations to all the print newsletter winners. Now, if you are a video team, we have those contest winners next, complete with short clips of each winner. Since I shared images from the newsletters that were produced, I decided I would try to show a little bit of the work, trying to stick to 15 to 30 seconds is about all that each one is, but hopefully it gives you a little taste of the type of work that each team did. So first off, we have best creative use of the Kansas State Fair logos. That award goes to Nickerson High School.
Welcome to the Kansas State Fair.
Next, we have Best Editing. That award goes to Wichita South.
The miracle of childbirth is the biggest part of most people's lives, but for some animals, it's just another Tuesday. That's why K-State has set up a birthing barn for spectators, and Neil Johnson has the rest.
Many kids are excited to see the animals. What's your favorite part about being in here?
My favorite part is seeing the piglets and the baby cows.
But here in the barn, some people are on the job. Dr. Sean Husier is here to make sure that all of our expecting mothers are safe and comfortable.
All right, next, we have Best Announcer, and that award goes to Pittsburgh High School.
Welcome to the Kansas State Fair, where all things Kansas get celebrated. From booths, to rides, to shows, the Kansas State Fair has everything. My name is Kate Pulling, reporting editor for Pittsburgh High School. Let's go check it out.
The award for Best B-Roll goes to Wichita Northwest.
Shipped from a supplier, this corn vendor always makes sure to give their customers a tasty product. Roasted, then dipped in liquid butter and coated in your choice of seasoning, this snack is a staple and unforgettable treat. A funnel cake is something you are always guaranteed to find at a fair. The Kansas State Fair is no different. This vendor delivers a classic and nostalgic taste with their funnel cakes.
And the Best Agriculture Story Package, which is again one of the assigned and required stories that had to be covered, goes to Blue Valley High School.
While those people were looking for a physical challenge, some might be looking for a mental challenge. We found a local dairy worker whose goal is to educate the fairgoers.
Many people love being able to see the livestock that comes through the Kansas State Fair. It is fun to see the cute animals and learn how they are handled and cared for. Carrie Hamilton of Southwest Dairy Farmers gives demonstrations of dairy production to teach people where their milk comes from and why dairy is important.
I love being here, being a part of the agriculture industry, and teaching so much about it. I bring my cows because it is very important information that I am giving out to everyone, not just students, but to adults as well.
Carrie loves being able to educate people about how to keep the cows happy and healthy so that their milk can be shared with the world. It is a lot of hard work and long hours of milking the cows and preparing her demonstration.
My work days are about 10 to 11 hour work days, and it's a constant motion. We milk twice a day. She has to be milked twice a day, but I milk her here 6 times. I just take a little bit at a time just so I can show everyone where the milk is coming from.
Carrie hopes to educate people about the importance of cows and the milk they provide. Reporting from the Kansas State Fair, I'm Sydney King with
And the Best Lead Story Package, which would have been the Pick a Topic, other required story. This goes to May's Career Academy.
Founded in 1989 out of Hudson, Kansas, this restaurant knows how to do comfort cooking right.
What's really special about the food is I love cinnamon rolls, and they make really good cinnamon rolls. You know, I don't know that I've really eaten much out of the trucks on the Midway. Normally we come into, you know, the restaurants or whatever.
From cinnamon rolls to biscuits and gravy to their fair famous hot roast beef, this restaurant pleases hundreds of customers daily.
I got a wonderful beer rocks.
Yeah, I do.
And peach cobbler with ice cream. My review on this food, it's an A+. It's very tasty and big.
The outside of this restaurant looks like any home kitchen. The real magic happens just inside this door. We spoke with Daryl Bauer, the restaurant's manager and owner. Here's what he had to say.
The restaurant was founded in 1989 in Hudson, Kansas. My favorite menu item is I like the biscuits and gravy because that's the only time we really make them up here. So We have catering and everything, but we don't do that. So I just have biscuit and gravy every morning.
Next time you're at the Kansas State Fair, rethink those greasy cheese curds or pronto pup and instead try some real home cooking at the Wheatland Cafe in the Pride of Kansas building. I'm Sarah Connor with One Maze Media. Back to you, Staley.
All right, now we'll get into the overall. So in fourth place, and in the overall, where again the product was judged in its entirety, fourth place goes to Wichita Southeast.
Welcome to the Kansas State Fair. My name is Noah Bierig. Safety is most important at an event this big, but who is it that's protecting us?
Kansas Highway Patrol troopers are all around the state fair to keep us safe, but what rules are they enforcing to make that possible?
You know, at times see people try to walk in here with pets. Pets are not allowed unless it's some sort of assistance type of dog. So people at times will bring in animals that are not allowed. So doing that, or we see people on bikes. Bikes are not allowed in here too, so we'll ask them to take that back outside. And just making sure there's no minors drinking alcohol and other just general safety laws to enforce.
In third place, we have Phillipsburg High School.
Welcome to the Kansas State Fair. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Erin Johnson. This year we're celebrating all things Kansas at the fair.
So, to kick off the celebration, let's look at the amazing talent the Kansans have put on display in the Domestic Arts Building.
Let's take a look.
While from an outside perspective, domestic arts may seem mundane, quilting is so much more than just your average blanket.
We all need to stay warm, especially in Kansas. And I know that in the old days when they would make the blankets, they just wanted something to be a little bit more beautiful than an old wool blanket.
Kansans devote countless hours to tell their stories through their artwork.
It says here that 86 women, 1 man, and a child put lots of hours into it to create.
And the reserve champion, the reserve grand champion, the second place winner goes to Blue Valley High School.
That need first aid.
For the first aid, we have a lot of people that come in with blisters on their feet because they wear the wrong kind of shoes. So we give out Band-Aids. We have a lot of heat exhaustion and dehydration. People don't drink enough fluids. They're not prepared for the heat and being outside all day long. And just your typical scrapes and bruises, giving out Band-Aids.
While Heather stays in her office and attends whoever walks in, out and about there are EMS units looking for anyone that could use a helping hand.
So we have a roving unit that is on a golf cart that goes around the fairgrounds. So if there is a serious emergency like an elderly person that falls or heat exhaustion or chest pain,
And the grand champion, Rosette, the first place ribbon, goes to Mays Career Academy.
For our last piece, our crew went to Kansas State Fair's longest standing tradition. Ye Old Mill is full of scares and history. Let's go. Ye Old Mill is Kansas State Fair's oldest tradition. First built in 1913, Ye Old Mill sent passengers through dark tunnels by boat, showcasing a variety of scenes.
Honestly, that with like the part where like you're just dark and these people just hit their flashlights at. There's a part I got like they just flash your flashlights at you and it feels like you're at a Bon Jovi concert or something.
Favorite part of the ride was the dragon.
The dragon was very scary.
This ride was One Maze Media approved. Thanks for joining us this Friday at the Kansas State Fair in Hutchinson, Kansas. I'm Sydney Lampkin with One Maze Media, and we'll see you back next year, Hutch.
So congratulations to all the video winners. Remember, all the winners and all the entries that were submitted this year, as well as all the team photos that were taken, can be found at ksfspc.wordpress.com. Just click on the 2022 contest information under the contest tab. And once again, congratulations to all the winners. Remember, your rosettes and other prizes will be mailed directly to your schools. Also, I will be emailing you your team's feedback rubrics in the coming days. As always, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please reach out. I welcome feedback and want to continually improve the contest so it serves the students, the teachers, and everyone else involved in the best ways it can. And thank you. Thank you so much for being part of the Kansas State Fair Scholastic Press Corps. Without you all, it wouldn't exist. And so I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I get to keep coming back to the fair, eating delicious food, and more importantly, seeing the awesome work that everyone does. So congratulations. I look forward to seeing you all next year for the 2023 edition of the SPC. Oh, and happy Halloween. Have a good rest of your day.